The Apple MacBook Air 13, LG Gram SuperSlim 15, Lenovo X1 Nano Gen 3, ASUS ExpertBook B9, and Acer Swift X14 are the most popular laptops for travel of 2025, but which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the portability and weight category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Apple MacBook Air 13 is a sleek and lightweight marvel, tipping the scales at just 2.7 pounds. Its slim profile, measuring only 0.44 inches in height, makes it incredibly easy to slip into a backpack or carry around all day. However, it's not the lightest option in our lineup, which might be a consideration for ultra-mobile users. I give it 8 out of 10 for portability and weight. Moving on to the LG Gram SuperSlim 15, this laptop truly lives up to its name, weighing in at an astonishing 990 grams, about 2.18 pounds. It's noticeably lighter than the MacBook Air. The ultra-thin design, measuring just 10.9 millimeters at its thinnest point, makes it feel almost non-existent in my bag. However, the larger 15-inch screen does increase its overall footprint. I rate it 9 out of 10 for portability and weight. The Lenovo X1 Nano Gen 3 is another featherweight contender, weighing only 2.19 pounds. Its compact 11.5 by 8.19-inch dimensions make it one of the most portable options in our lineup. However, the smaller 13-inch screen might be a trade-off for some users who prefer larger displays. I give it 8.5 out of 10 for portability and weight. Now, let's talk about the ASUS ExpertBook B9. This laptop is a true champion of lightness, with the lightest configuration, weighing an incredible 870 grams, about 1.92 pounds. Its 14-inch screen strikes a balance between portability and usability, making it an excellent choice for frequent travelers. However, the top-spec model we're reviewing is slightly heavier at 970 grams. I rate it 9.5 out of 10 for portability and weight. Finally, we have the Acer Swift X14. While not the lightest in our lineup, it still impresses with its 3.42-pound weight and slim 0.70-inch profile. The 14-inch screen size offers a good balance between portability and screen real estate. However, compared to the ultralight options we've seen, it feels a bit hefty. I give it 7.5 out of 10 for portability and weight. The ASUS ExpertBook B9 takes the crown in this category with its incredible 9.5 out of 10 score, proving that you can have a full-featured laptop that feels as light as a feather in your bag. Next, we are going to compare them on the battery life category, which has a multiplier of 2. The MacBook Air 13 M3 delivers an impressive 15 hours and 13 minutes of continuous web browsing at 150 nits brightness, which is 40 minutes longer than its predecessor. While Apple claims 18 hours of battery life, I found the real-world performance to be closer to 13 hours with mixed usage, which is still remarkable for a laptop in this class. 8 out of 10. The LG Gram SuperSlim offers around 15 hours of total battery life when performing light tasks like web browsing, and I managed to get over 10 hours of continuous YouTube playback. Though the battery life is impressive for such a thin device, it doesn't quite match up to some competitors in its price range, especially when performing more demanding tasks. 7 out of 10. The Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Nano Gen 3 managed to squeeze out 8 hours and 28 minutes in my testing, which is decent considering its tiny 49.6 watt-hour battery. That's actually better than the Dell XPS 13 Plus by about 2 hours. However, when compared to other ultra-portables in its class, the battery life falls significantly short of what I'd expect from a premium business laptop. 6 out of 10. The Asus ExpertBook B9 consistently delivered between 7 to 9 hours of screen time in my daily usage, which included lots of web browsing and document editing. While the 63 watt-hour battery is generous, I found the charging to be somewhat slow, taking nearly 2 hours to reach full capacity from 5%. 5 out of 10. The Acer Swift X14 lasted 7 hours and 18 minutes in our standard battery test, which is decent but not outstanding for a modern laptop. Despite having a larger 76 watt-hour battery compared to competitors, the powerful hardware inside means you'll likely need to stay close to a power outlet during long work days. 4 out of 10. The MacBook Air 13 M3 takes the crown in battery life with 8 points, proving that Apple's silicon efficiency combined with excellent power management makes it the perfect travel companion for those long flights and work days away from outlets. Next, we are going to compare them on the durability and build quality category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The MacBook Air's fanless aluminum construction feels incredibly solid in hand, and after a year of use, I can confidently say it maintains its pristine condition even with daily wear and tear. While the slick finish sometimes makes it slide off my lap, the overall build quality and structural rigidity are outstanding, earning it 8 out of 10. The LG Gram SuperSlim's magnesium alloy chassis makes it feel less durable than its aluminum competitors, and I noticed concerning flex when pressing on the bottom panel or corners. Despite passing military-grade durability tests, the build quality feels somewhat compromised for the sake of lightness. scoring 6 out of 10. The ThinkPad X1 Nano Gen 3's carbon fiber lid and magnesium aluminum hybrid construction strikes a nice balance, though I did notice some keyboard deck flex during intense typing sessions. The military certification testing gives me confidence in its durability, despite the lightweight design, earning it 7 out of 10. The ASUS ExpertBook B9's magnesium lithium alloy construction feels remarkably sturdy for its weight class, and the shock-absorbing motherboard design has saved it from several accidental drops in my testing. The military-grade durability rating isn't just marketing. This thing can take serious punishment while maintaining its structural integrity, deserving 9 out of 10. The Swift X14's aluminum chassis provides good rigidity with minimal flex, and I found it holds up well to daily use despite its relatively thin profile. However, when comparing it to similarly priced competitors, the build quality feels a bit less premium, landing it at 7.5 out of 10. The ASUS ExpertBook B9 takes the crown with 9 points, thanks to its innovative shock-absorbing design and military-grade durability that doesn't compromise on its ultralight form factor. Next, we're going to compare them on the connectivity options category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The MacBook Air 13 keeps things minimal, with just 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and a headphone jack, though the addition of MagSafe charging means you won't sacrifice a port while powering up. And I love how it can now drive dual 5K displays at 60 Hz when the laptop is closed, 7 out of 10. The LG Gram SuperSlim comes with 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports supporting DisplayPort and power delivery plus an extra USB Type-C port, but I found it frustrating that you'll need to invest in a hub since there are no USB-A ports, and the included Ethernet dongle only supports 100 megabytes per second speeds, 6 out of 10. The Lenovo X1 Nano Gen 3 features 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports that handle data, charging and display output along with a headphone jack, and while that's fairly basic, I appreciate how the ports are thoughtfully placed at the back of the sides to keep cables away from the palm rest area, 5 out of 10. The ASUS ExpertBook B9 really impressed me with its full-sized HDMI 2.1 comma, 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports supporting triple 4K displays, a USB-A port capable of 10 gigabytes per second, and even a built-in Ethernet controller through micro HDMI that works better with Mac whitelists than USB adapters, 9 out of 10. The Acer Swift X14 comes with both USB-A and Thunderbolt 4 ports, which I found quite versatile. But I was disappointed that external displays only work through HDMI, which forces the dedicated GPU to stay active and consume more power, 8 out of 10. The ASUS ExpertBook B9 takes the crown in connectivity with 9 points by offering the most complete and thoughtful port selection, including high-speed USB-A, Thunderbolt 4, and that clever built-in Ethernet solution that doesn't compromise on network security. Finally, we are going to compare them on the display quality category, which has a multiplier of 1. The MacBook Air 13's display delivers vibrant colors with 476 nits of brightness and nearly 110% sRGB coverage, making content look stunning in any lighting condition. While the contrast could be better in dark rooms as blacks appear slightly grayish, the color accuracy is exceptional with a delta E of 0.2 comma, earning it 8 out of 10. The LG Gram SuperSlim 15 features a beautiful OLED panel that produces incredible clarity and contrast, making it a joy to look at while consuming content. The anti-glare coating helps with reflections, though the 1920 by 1080 resolution is a bit low for a premium device at this size, landing at 7 out of 10. Moving to the Lenovo X1 Nano Gen 3, I was impressed by its bright 2K display, reaching 483 nits in the center, and the 100% sRGB coverage makes colors pop beautifully. The DCI-P3 coverage is slightly lower than competitors at 70.9%, but the excellent Delta E of 0.23 makes up for it, earning 8.5 out of 10. The ASUS ExpertBook B9's display left me wanting more with its modest 343 nits brightness, though it does cover 99% of the sRGB gamut. The contrast ratio is very good, and the lack of PWM makes it comfortable for long working sessions, giving it 7.5 out of 10. The Acer Swift X14 steals the show with its stunning 2.8K OLED panel running at 120 Hz, offering complete coverage of both sRGB and P3 color spaces. Despite falling short of its advertised 500 nits brightness at 385 nits, the perfect blacks and smooth motion make this display a creative professional's dream, securing 9 out of 10. The Acer Swift X14 takes the crown in display quality with 9 points, thanks to its combination of high resolution, perfect color coverage, and butter-smooth refresh rate that puts it ahead of the competition. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the ASUS ExpertBook B9 stands out with its score of 63.5. Having used it myself, I can confidently say that this ultralight laptop manages to excel across several key categories, particularly in portability and connectivity. Its featherweight design and thoughtful port selection make it an unbeatable choice for those of us who are constantly on the move. While it might not have the best battery life or the most vibrant display, display. The ASUS ExpertBook B9's impressive durability and smart design features more than make up for these slight drawbacks, offering a superb balance of form and function. As for the other contenders, each has its own unique strengths. The Apple MacBook Air 13 comes in just behind the ExpertBook B9 with a solid score of 62.5, delivering outstanding battery life and impressive display quality, further testimony to Apple's commitment to design and performance. The LG Gram SuperSlim 15 impressed with its ultra-lightweight design and decent all-around features, scoring 57 points, while the Lenovo X1 Nano Gen 3 and Acer Swift X14 trailed slightly behind in overall performance. Lenovo managed a respectable 55.5 points, thanks to its balance of portability and solid build quality, whereas the Acer Swift X14 matched with a close 55.25 score, boasting a stunning display that would appeal to creative professionals. Each of these laptops has something valuable to offer, depending on your specific needs and priorities.